Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say Barakatah, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rukah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, and salutations to the sincere Akim that push this truth with no due diligence and sincerity. Man, we are in some dark times. Let me start this off with 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. I'll start right from the top. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, evil, dangerous times, man. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. I sum all of that up as extremely selfish. People are going to be about the benefit of self, even if it's in wickedness, man. And you can clearly see it here in London. I know the brothers in the States are experiencing it. There's a dark vibration, a dark cloud over the entirety of the world, man, where people are willing to do any wickedness in order to get their way, man. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. I mean, come on, man. This is your average British citizen right here. Your good old Bill next door, Billy, that you want to borrow milk from. Sandra down the road that goes to church on a Sunday. This is these individuals here, man. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, will sleep with your wife in an instant if you was to be away on a work trip and they were at home alone with your broad, or let a situation happen where Esau locks you up for something, or your woman gets intoxicated around an individual like that. Even these women are out here trifling as well, man, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Yeah, the righteous church pastor, the righteous sister in the church that will wear the same dress she wore to the club, to the church, to get some attention with a cleavage and the titties hanging out. This is the type of society we live in, man. Self-serving, self-loathing society, man, where people will do absolutely anything to get one over another person, man. I know it's a movie, but that Joker quote Heath Ledger from one of the Batman movies, man. He said, when the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. And he was talking to Batman when he basically said that, in the sense of Batman was the only thing keeping law and order in place, because he was preventing the criminals from really exerting the force that they wanted to bring on Gotham. But if things took a turn for the worse and there wasn't that law and order in place and the police to arrest people, etc., XYZ, people would literally, man, let their true urges come out. And I mean, even in a so-called semi-civilized society, these Brits, man, and of course the Americans, the Babylonians, I should say, they're definitely letting it be known where their alliance lies, and this was Satan. Atheism is one of the major forces here in the UK, man. Brothers always speak about that, and it's a fact. Even plantation Christianity is ultimately Satanism in itself, man. Worshipping Cesare Borgia, that's not the Lord. And here you got another example of fuckery here in the UK. An individual by the name of Cal Clifford got on some medieval shit. Let's read this. Manhunt underway after murders of wife and 2 daughters of racing commentator John Hunt. Hertfordshire police warned the public not to approach Cal Clifford, who is wanted, following the murders of John Hunt's wife, Carol, and 2 of their daughters. The victims were killed in a targeted attack involving a crossbow and possibly other weapons. This guy went on his Robin Hood mode, and went and killed a woman and 2 women and 2 girls, man. I don't even know the context as to why, but we'll find out. You got the police statement there. And while everyone's celebrating the football, mate, Saka, Bellingham, Ollie Watkins and that, people are out here celebrating the British footballers for getting through just by the skin of their teeth to a Euro final. There's women getting murdered in their homes, and young boys getting stabbed up in the streets of London. We're in one of the biggest cost of living crises this country has ever been in. But fuck it, mate. England are in the final. That's the mentality of these people. And then when the football's off, yeah, or when England lose, a lot of these women out here are going to be getting abused by their husbands also. But because when England lose, the domestic abuse rates in this country skyrocket, crime skyrockets. But anyway, a manhunt is underway for a triple murder suspect after the wife and two daughters of a Sky and BBC racing commentator were killed in a crossbow attack. Carol Hunt, who was married to racing commentator John Hunt, and two of their daughters, Louise and Hannah, died at their home in Bushey, Hertfordshire on Tuesday evening. This guy went in there with a crossbow. That's Kyle Clifford there, Robin Hood. Police have said they were murdered in a target incident as they urged the suspect, 26-year-old Kyle Clifford, to turn himself in. Cal, if you're seeing or hearing this, please make contact with the police, Chief Superintendent John Simpson said. Mr. Simpson said the horrific incident is believed to have involved a crossbow, but other weapons may also have been used. Emergency crews were sent to a property in Ashland Close, Bushey, just before 7 p.m. on Tuesday. That happened this week. They found 3 women aged 25, 28, and 61 with serious injuries, and they died a short time later at the scene. Mr. Hunt the husband works for Sky Sports Racing and BBC 5 Live. In a statement, Sky Sports Racing said everyone at Sky Sports Racing is deeply saddened by the tragic deaths in Hertfordshire, and our thoughts are with our colleague John Hunt, his family and friends at this awful time. Fucking hell. That's John right there, mate. This is bad. But can you imagine that? Your wife and 2 daughters slaughtered by a fucking lunatic. A note sent to BBC Live staff described the news as utterly devastating. It read, "Our thoughts are with John and his family at this incredibly difficult time, and we will provide him with all the support we can." And those are his 2 daughters. Louise is kind of fine as well. Shit, man. Can't lie. I don't know about Hannah, but Hertfordshire police said it was investigating the triple murder and actively seeking Clifford, who is from Enfield, North London. Oh, mate, he has to be from North London, innit? The public has been urged not to approach him and to report any sightings to the police immediately. It is understood he used to work as a private security guard. So long story short, yeah. So long story short, yeah. This guy took a crossbow. Yeah, which allegedly, according to this article, appeared to be readily available to buy online. There's no registration system for owning one. And he went to this house in Hertfordshire, and for some reason, these women were trying to tell him to turn himself in, and he shot them with a crossbow and attacked them with other weapons. This is the mentality of the average British citizen. Even when brothers go out to camp, you gotta be vigilant, man, because these devils, man. These individuals, let's call it, these Edomites, yeah, these devils, if they had the chance to, they would kill brothers on the spot, man, because ultimately, man, they vehemently hate us. When it's time for football and Nigerians and Jamaicans are scoring goals, yeah, mate, one of the lads, mate, yeah, he's a decent black, yeah, mate, Saka and all that. But let the team lose or let hard times fall upon them, and they're gonna let you know exactly how they feel about you, man. It's not a random ironic circumstance that Jake are in the poorest neighborhoods, yeah, have like some of the worst lines of credit, have gangs and liquor stores and fast food restaurants scattered all over their neighborhoods. You're not going to see that in Kensington and Chelsea, because ultimately, through processes such as redlining that have not been reversed, even going back to Jim Crow and all of those other concepts that also leaked here into the UK, Jake have been set back, man. And ultimately, man, these people are going to, and the harder the austerity gets, the crazier things get in this country, these devils are going to let you know how they really feel about you, man. Matthew's the 24th chapter, and I'm going to go to, let me start from 9. 8, sorry. All these are the beginnings of sorrows, because the scripture also speaks about kingdom fighting against kingdom, earthquakes in diverse places, famines, etc. You see what's going on around the world. I don't need to go into that. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Because think about it, with all of this evil coming upon the world, we're out here telling these people, yeah, man, the Lord's bringing it, and you're going into slavery. You're gonna, you're gonna serve the Israelites. These people don't want their kingdom to go down, man. These Edomites are proud ass devils. They believe that their houses are gonna continue forever, so they're gonna come against us hard, man. They, they're gonna hate us. And then on top of that, Esau's got his media machine pushing these niggas everywhere you go. You see a black rapper acting stupid. Like, ultimately, these Edomites hate Jake, man. And Jake are out here, deserving of that hate because they're just fucking retarded. But ultimately, they look at us all the same, man. You know, but the only difference is that the elects are going to be protected by the Lord when Esau makes his move. But you better believe that there's a lot of angry Edomites out there, man, looking at Jake like waiting, just can't wait to get at you niggas, man, because you're proud, you're out here in your music videos, brandishing weapons, doing all the rest of it. Even local lads, let alone the police and the special forces, want to get at you, man. There's a lot of racial tension, man. Between the Tommy Robinson types and Jake here in the UK, man. When the last Euros happened and they were clowning Saka, Rashford, and Sancho, the three black players that missed those penalties, Jake players that missed those penalties, there was almost a race riot in London, man, because you had a lot of online tension between gangs in London and EDL types outside of the city, and they took trains down into London, but nothing ever really kicked off like that. But you better believe, man, those racial tensions are there, man. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. This is talking about the end days, and this is even in regards to people that know about us being in the truth, know what we're about. You're going to have false witnesses against us the same way you had against Yahushua. And many false prophets shall arise, even amongst the circumcision, individuals like that, Gehenna, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Read that again. And because iniquity shall abound, because evil is going to be the normality, the love of many shall wax cold. People are going to get cold-hearted, man. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And that's about enduring, because it's going to be a tough time, man. Not going to lie to you. We're going to be betrayed by family, be betrayed by so-called friends. We're going to be out here against the system, off the grid. It's going to be tough. And the gospel of this kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. But before the end comes, man, we're going to be going through a time of great tribulation, man. And that is an absolute matter of fact. One of my favorite scriptures, 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, meaning destruction. Woe is an old English word for that. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And the ultimate sword is those missiles, those ICBM missiles that are going to be shot from Russia with love, and vice versa, from America to Russia, and the other nations that are going to be assimilated as part of that to be destroyed. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, but America is going to be totally decimated and never inhabited again. And one people shall stand up and fight against another on swords in their hands. You're going to have certain pockets of racial warfare. You're going to have class warfare. You're going to have men attacking women that have done them wrong. All sorts is going to be going on. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. People are not going to care about the Keir Starmers of the world, and subject to the US election, Biden, Trump, and even pretty much former leaders. You might see Rishi getting dragged down the street in his constituency in that time. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. People are going to be running up into these sports stars' homes a lot more. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Yeah, the celebrities, the rulers of this world, the lesser luminaries, if they're around, they're going to be victims, man. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. There's going to be masses of people, man, overwhelming the police. Just too much to handle. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. There's going to be barricades, cities cut off, armies in the streets. This is going to be reality, man. Things like what you see in in Palestine at the minute right now. And like, oh shit, mate, yeah, it's real bad what's happening over there, but fuck it, mate, I gotta go do me some work in the city. All of that's gonna be over. Yeah. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. They might cut off the A25, like the M25, sorry, around London. Like, things are gonna get real. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, no mercy, no prisoners, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Basically, desperation is going to go cause people to do desperate things. I think it's Gerald Salente. When people have nothing to lose, they lose it. Yeah. And people are really going to let loose, man, on their worst desires in the time to come. I tell you that for a fact. Let me finish this off with Ezekiel the 7th chapter, verse 3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations, man. Yeah, man. You gotta understand, this is judgment unto Israel for their wickedness. So 2/3 of our people are going to die because they choose to put their trust in the system. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. Ezekiel 7 and 9, man. Goes into, I'll get to that, but it says and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. 2/3 of our people are going to catch wreck. The Lord is going to decimate them. They're going to come back in the kingdom, but before they come back in, their right state of mind, they are going to be judged heavily for their wickedness, man. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, an evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. Dark fucking times, man. Yeah. Skip to verse 8. Now will I surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways. All of the wickedness Jake out here doing, you're gonna get it. Your little Nas X's, your Chief Keefs, all of these types of individuals, man, from your street niggas to your alphabet gangs to your Christian coons. I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. A lot of Jake out here are gonna suffer. They're gonna really suffer, man. You're gonna be out here eating your children. You're gonna be out here starving. No resources, no food, no water, man, no shelter. And my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and according to thine abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh that smiteth. Man, listen. I mean, the 2/3 will come back in the kingdom, but the judgment, man, it's not going to be nothing like, man. That's where you're going to come down back with your head held down, because the 2/3 are going to remember the whoop-ass, the spiritual and physical whoop-ass, whether it's the burning, whether it's death in the riots, whether it's being stormed down by these armies, man, of Esau. You're going to know that you was off and the Lord had to put your light out, man. Listen. The time, verse 12, the time is come, the day draweth near, and we are round the corner, man. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. Basically, yeah, all of the wicked of our people shall perish, man. 2/3 of our people shall die, man, shall be cut off and die. You go into Ezekiel the 9th chapter, it gives you the example where the death angel came. He wrote the names of those that were exempt and that had the name of the Father, the mark of exemption, the Father, and everybody else, men, women, children, babies, got it, man. Absolutely got judged. That's why the Apostle Paul wrote, through the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai we persuade men, because the Lord is the one that set this thought in Robin Hood to go kill those women. The Lord is the one that can bring ultimate judgment, and also variantly bring salvation in this ultimate form. And we just pray and hope through the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that we are counted worthy also for that salvation, man, because dark times are coming. I'll end it there, man. Point's been made. Shalom.